Hello and welcome to another edition of Hashtag, your number one social media and technology program. I'm Korede Aziz. Today on the program, we've got a lot in store for you. But first off, we're going to kick off with some of the trends that have been making waves on social media in the past week. First off is MMM. MMM was true to its promise of returning in January. In fact, it returned a day earlier than scheduled. How did people feel about this, though? Femi Lee says, now that MMM is back, a mere Ponzi scheme appears more faithful, loyal and honest than government. Favor Onyoziri says, so MMM Nigeria is back as promised, while the school feeding program promised by this government is nowhere to be found. And at Degosti says, everyone anticipates the second coming of MMM Nigeria, but no one's anticipating the second coming of Christ. And at official_Bonex, knock knock, who's there? MM who? MMM is back. And someone even threw a party. Now from Instagram, Gossip Nigeria posted this comment left by an MMM user. Hello Mavrodi, you can't eat my money and go like that. See, let me tell you Mavrodi, my father is a native doctor. I give you 2 weeks to pay me my money or my father will kill you in that Russian. Support, make sure you Mavrodi see this message. I'm ready to kill anybody including my guider and referral. Make una no play with me and then he leaves his phone numbers and account numbers. Pretty interesting. Now let's take a look at this tweet from @Dikpamilerin. He says, someone called me that I'm supposed to pay him because MMM paid us. I told him I'm not a member and he said, please send anything you have. Now God pay us. Okay. Let's take a look at this poll by @Ebuka_Akara. He says, poll for MMM people as MMM Nigeria has finally returned. Now, 29% of people who voted says they'll still continue with MMM. 19% says they'll continue with small cash. 9% said they'll continue with big money. And 43% said they are not doing again. Now, 3,461 people voted. A week after MMM returned, a new hashtag started making waves. Hashtag MMM gone. Take a look at this Instagram post by HNN Africa. She's basically making fun of MMM members. She says, 6 days now since January 14th, 2017, your MMM is still frozen. HNN money sympathizes with your greed. Now take a look at this post. Greedy and lazy Nigerians, una thank you, adon they go. Next time, make una use una brain. That's supposed to be Mavrodi speaking. And now onto something that equally trended in the past week. The governor of Oyo State, Abiola Ajimobi, started trending when this video went viral.
Okay. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. Ṣé rí gbogbo nǹkan bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ lọ ṣe. Gbogbo àyẹ̀wò àti bì. Gbogbo àyẹ̀wò. Bring him. Fílẹ̀. Ntẹ́ mi fẹ́ sí ni pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá bí ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ wá ọ̀gá wọ́n ti skul wa gọ́vnọ̀
This is the constituted authority for Oyo State. Even if I don't pay salaries, I don't pay this, the fact is that I'm the constituted authority. It does not remove that authority.
Now for a taste of what Twitter Nation thinks of Ajimobi. Mr. O.I. Kolawole said Ajimobi is a typical Yoruba parent. Confront him with facts. They will change it to how you lack respect without addressing the issues. And Baba Oba tweets, a governor Ajimobi speaking with university students in Yoruba is not as bad as what he was saying. Sad. And now this tweet from staunch PDP supporter Ebube the Statesman. He quotes Oshomole saying, go and die. He quotes Ajimobi saying, whatever you want to do, go and do. And then he says, we all need to go and examine the APC manifesto. And to make matters worse, Ajimobi's daughter lashed out at protesting Lautech students, calling them a generation of mannerless children. And Ali Oji says, do you know how terrible Ajimobi is? Primary, secondary, and university students have now all protested against him. Let's take a look at this tweet from @Chidio Dinkalu. He says, Oyo's governor Ajimobi wants students to beg him for failing in or refusing to do his job, and he claims to be constituted authority. Shameful. And from Uche Wanjeria, she says, Governor Ajimobi, like most Nigerian leaders, have no clue what it means to lead and serve Nigerians. They think we owe them when they owe us everything. And Zara Musa thinks, meanwhile, Governor Ajimobi spoke to university students in Yoruba. If it were another governor, today's topic would have been ... whatever that is. We'll take a break now. When we return, we've got something special for you today. After Nigerians learned that the president was going on vacation, people began speculating whether he was really just having a holiday or if he was going for health reasons. Meanwhile, others were carrying rumors that he might even be dead. Anyway, from his Twitter handle, he posted a picture of him lounging in the living room watching television. And then he tweets, wherever I am, I keep up with news from home. Channels TV is one of my favorites. I'm proud of what the Nigerian media are achieving. Now take a look at some of the interesting replies to his tweet. Chiazo Speak says, you are in UK watching channels with steady lights and you are happy to announce it. But Nigeria, we can't fuel our generator. And at Marvix Niger replies Chiazo saying, not true my brother, I observed that the candle sales have picked up again. Jabir Abdul replies Buhari's tweet saying, please sir, I want to confirm, is it true that you are dead? And Doctor's DJ asks Jabir where his brain is, asking somebody whether him don't die. At Mr. Wizo says, something is not right, this your picture looks padded. And then Uche says, this picture looks like it was taken in Nigeria and not the UK. Very weak attempt to dispel death rumors. And at Dio Folari points out that the president has abandoned NTA just like he abandoned the multi-billion Aso Rock Clinic. Take a look at what at Ashara Hussein says. He says, honestly, Mr. President, I'm not happy with you for this trip. The change should begin with you. No medical tourism for public officials. At Sir Vicky is upset that his school is on strike for the past 8 months and the president is watching the news and not doing anything about it. In an attempt to dispel the rumors of the president's death, his spokesman Garba Shehu tweeted, he is alive and well. President Buhari is not magical. He cannot be holidaying in the UK and be in Germany, dead or alive at the same time. He didn't stop there. He went on to tweet, he is unlike a past president who was at Ota with Chief Obasanjo and attending the Trump inauguration in DC, being in two places at the same time. Just in case you don't know the past leader he's referring to Goodluck Jonathan. Renda Omokri replies Garba Shehu saying, "We know that your boss has reduced the naira to its lowest level ever, but you do not have to go this slow." Take a look at what at Yadoma tweets. She says, "However you read this, Garba Shehu's tweet is outright stupid, petty, foolish, and unprofessional. However you read it." As Miss Chika wonders what is Garba Shehu on, because this embarrassment of a person is baffling. Sumaya asks who runs Garba Shehu's Twitter account. At Jeff Okorafor says, "What do you do when you have an aide that tweets like you're still in opposition? Garba Shehu APC is now the ruling party, oh." And at I Am Jimmy Gentle says, "Garba Shehu is too petty to be a presidential spokesman in any serious government. This can only happen in a change administration. Shame." Many of us watched cartoons as kids, from Cartoon Network, the Powerpuff Girls, Mega XLR, Samurai Jack, and even now we still love our animated movies. Talk about Lion King from back in the day, Ice Age, Frozen, Kung Fu Panda. Clearly, the American animation industry is well developed, likewise the British, Canadian, Japanese, and so on. But how about the Nigerian animation industry? Did I just hear you scoff? Well, the good news is the Nigerian animation industry is not non-existent. In fact, you can easily find animation in Nigeria. Think of the Ovie and Wale series. Area.
My good friend. Sir.
The Ajimobi series. And reports.
It is your wife I am texting.
Even Nigerian Matrix. We were so impressed when Anthill Studios released Plaything, because, well, it's pretty freaking awesome. Watch it. Meanwhile, Plaything was written and directed by Eri Omosu and Nuruddin Mamodu of Anthill Studios. Now, what are the problems the animation industry faces? In a keynote address delivered in May 2016 at the platform Abuja, Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo mentioned Nigeria's animation industry needs the support of the federal government. He said, the challenge is the size of the animation workforce and infrastructure to render long-duration and high-end animation work. The answer is to fix the scale and enable investment in infrastructure to support the animation industry. Two key points to take note of there: the small size of the animation workforce and lack of infrastructure. We decided to find out how many people know Nigerian animation exists.
Yeah, just a few about the jokes and all that, the animated jokes and all that.
Okay, what's Nigerians?
Not at all.
Are there cartoons made by Nigerians? I definitely don't know.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. There's this animated this thing that they made. Mishai, I want to do Mishai. It's like someone who came out of his office and he bought tea from a roadside. Yeah, actually I like it because it was funny. That's one thing I really want about Nigerian cartoons.
That would be, first of all, that would be a waste of time, and then that would be a waste of my money. So I probably would never go watch it, because I usually watch Nigerian movies, and then from there you could tell poor picture quality, poor storyline. It's not just professional.
Yes, I will. Because one thing about Nigerians is whatever we're doing, we're trying to bring fun and our own way of life into it. So it will be something amazing.
Okay.
Actually, I'm looking forward to something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try.
No matter what the quality is. Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I will try. If the money is not too expensive, I would just I wasted money. But if it's nice, I would love to go watch more, you know. Mm-hmm.
Then we had Emmanuel and Victor watch Plaything. Here's how they felt about it afterward.
This is the 21st century, so I'm expecting something way higher than this, because we're in the 21st century. You get me? So it should be.
I disagree. I love the cartoon. It's so nice. The only thing there is the boy's leg wasn't really touching the floor, like he was like floating.
Exactly, that is what I'm saying.
But I really disagree.
It's basically the
For
same.
if this is a start for we Nigerians,
we shouldn't be thinking of a start. We should be thinking of
definitely
breaking into the markets.
Obi
right
can't
now.
be a man in a day. At least let's try to encourage the guy. He tried. Kudos to you. It's wonderful.
No,
even
take
oh my
nothing
god,
away
I
from-
really it's.
Take nothing away from.
I will give him a 7 if possible, but
idea.
8 over 10.
Listen.
It's wonderful.
Take nothing away
And then
from
you're
the
about to
idea.
eat again. Oh my god, I am eating my
It is just that is how you
That's
identify
why we are
it's
Nigerian.
But then we are
You
not
know-
talking about the language. We are talking about the quality of picture.
the quality, the fighting. To me, I don't know.
The
But
quality,
to me,
it's not
I
that
love it.
good. It is not up to standard, because trust me, nobody will actually go to the cinema to watch this.
Says who? You. You would say you wouldn't.
Have you
because
seen the likes of Naruto, Avatar? They are way advanced than this.
Thank you.
That
They
is-
started from somewhere. I'm gonna rate this thing. Oh my god, I'm going to say an 8 over 10, like 8 on 10, because I really love the video. It is wonderful. Like seriously.
That is just an exaggeration.
It is
I
not for
am
me.
going to definitely. This is a 4 over 10 rating. It's not up to. If I'm even going to give it a star, it's 2 stars. That's all.
I'm looking at the containers right now, and it's complete, yes. So I will have my boys send you the remaining money, yes. That's right, yes. Well, you're here. Please, Biko, make out time to check out my guys here at the Equalon Studios. They are also computer to do hocus pocus. Edgy computer magic. Check them out, okay?
Pretty interesting reactions there. Now, if you haven't seen Plaything or any other Nigerian animation, get on YouTube and search Nigerian animation. It's pretty that simple, and then you find lots and lots and lots. Meanwhile, let's talk about some of the leaders in the animation industry today. Eri Umusu is the lead CG artist at Anthill. He is a self-taught artist. The first animation he directed was The Sim. He also directed animated short Plaything. Eri has been engaged in different tasks from VFX productions to animated content, motion graphics, and so on. Eri is undoubtedly one of Nigeria's best when it comes to 3D modeling, animation, and visual effects. Uche Anisiuba started his journey into 3D animation in school while studying communication. He joined Orange VFX Studios after NYSC. A year later, he was recruited by Gamsol, where he worked for about 6 months. He is currently a co-founder at Quadrant Studios. Tayo Fashion studied mathematics at Obafemi Awolowo University. He collaborated on the hilarious viral video Gbedu, also known as Ovie and Wale. He recently co-founded Quadrant Studios with Uche Anisiuba and Tochukwu Nwakwere. Richard Oboy is the creative director at Orange VFX Studios. Richard has worked on 3D animated television commercials and short story Ovie and Wale. Ricky Tim Efobi studied 3D engineering design of biomedical devices at the University of Sheffield and has been hooked on 3D design ever since. He is a 3D generalist who has been involved with creating 3D characters, animation, lighting, and compositing for a number of studios. Ricky has worked with Dreamcast Animation, Orange VFX Studios, and Gamsol in different capacities. He later founded Rock Ronald Creations. Emmanuel Olaleye Ajimobi, or Manny, is a 3D generalist who started his animation career in 2009 using Anime Studio 5.5 to create 2D animation. In 2014, Manny moved to Lagos to work as a freelance artist at Orange VFX Studios. Emmanuel set up an animation company, Hybrid Animations, in 2015. Nuruddin Momodu is a 3D generalist at Anthill Studios. A graduate of microbiology, he specializes in interpreting 2D character concept art to 3D and character animation. Nuruddin has worked with Orange VFX Studios as a character animator, and he is the founder of Lotus Fly Animation. And finally, our tech tip this week: how you can free up space on your Android phone.
First, you'll want to clear the cache. Each app will keep an amount of cache data to load things more quickly, but you can clear it by going to Settings, Applications, and choose an app. Then tap Storage and clear cache. Unnecessary downloads also take up a lot of space. Find your Downloads folder, sometimes called My Files, in the app drawer. If you've set up automatic photo backups to Google Photos, you can get rid of them from your device. Go to Settings, Free Up Device Storage in the app, and it will delete photos on the phone. But definitely make sure you've set up the backup correctly before you do this. For devices with microSD storage, it's possible to move apps and files to the card. Go to Settings, Applications, Application Manager, and select the app you want to move. Finally, get rid of unnecessary apps by deleting them from the Application Manager.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of the program. It's been pretty amazing. I hope you have learned one or two new things. And of course, get on YouTube and search Nigerian animations and just watch and support our own. Support your own. Yes, the industry is definitely getting bigger and bigger. Thank you so much for joining us on the show once again. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I've had massive fun on this edition of the program, and I hope you have too. If you still haven't watched lots of Nigerian animation, get on YouTube. There are lots of them. And yes, you might just be scratching the surface, but we will get there pretty soon. Please join me on the next edition of the program. I am Korede Aziz.